welcome back to my channel, Life with Shea Rochelle. So I am here to bring you a really janky video. It's just going to be a quick flip through of some things that I changed up in my A5 ring bound planner. So I really wanted to love my costly investments in my print impressions. Nope, that's not what it was. In my plum paper. Those two P's really get me every time. I always have to take my time and say it because I always confuse the two for some reason. Anyway, I really wanted to love it because it was a really costly investment, but I didn't. There's a few things that was just so wrong with it. The paper was way too thick. Even though it wrote beautifully, I loved how it wrote, and I loved how white it was. The texture of the paper was really nice, but for the amount of things that I need to do inside of my planner right now, it just was not working. So I took out majority of the inserts, and I'm going to show you kind of what I replaced them with. So I use this Etsy shop for their Hobonichi style inserts. And so, okay, I had the week on one page with the other side of it being just like listed notes section in my business section of my planner, and I took it out because it just was too much. So I just have blank paper in here. I do mainly digital planning when it comes to my business stuff, and that's in my tablet. So I took out all those things, and that way I could just put like weekly brain dumps in here instead for my weekly section. Everything else stayed the same. My spit section did, my note section did. So moving on to my blog section. I actually feel like I need a little bit more structure in this section, so I decided to add a Hobonichi style calendar. And so I have that in here for 2 months, and then it just goes into what it was previously, which were note pages. All right, then we get to my YouTube section, and it's just note pages, and I'm gonna do like weekly brain dumps in here, and if I need a schedule, I can put it in here as well, just on that plain paper. I don't need a full out planner for it, calendar for it. So the next thing is my wellness section, and this was a major change. Remember how I was going to be doing these inserts in here, which my actual ones finally came. And I never started using them because, y'all, my heart and my soul wants to do a regular plain grid piece of paper, and the Hobonichi dailies, which is like the Hobonichi cousin style, is gonna work so much better for me with that. So I decided to just stick with that, and so I have a month worth in here. Then we get to my habit tracker section. In my habit tracker section, every single thing stayed the exact same. Then we get to my reflections. Nothing changed with that. Nothing changed with my devotional section, which is everything Jesus. I am contemplating removing this, at least the devotional part, and leaving the blank sheets in here because it's taking up a lot of space and I'm not really using my devotions. I'm doing most planning in my my Time with Jesus, Intentional Time with Jesus book, and this is it right here. And again, back on my tablet, I have a journaling Bible there that I use quite frequently and I'm in love with at the time. So yeah, I don't know that I need all of that in here right now if I'm not going to be using it. It's taking up space because this is really packed tight already as it is. This is always going to be here. It's just extra paper for whatever random notes I might need. Okay, now we get to my actual planning section, like my weekly planning. So I left these sheets in here from the plum paper planner because I really like them, and that's just the beginning pages of it. This was already in here. That was the Year at a Glance, which is also the Hobonichi cousin style. I mean, this was already done, so there's no point in me like doing it over, even though the next month is not the same. So I left this in here also. And I just could not get it together with what, this is the first week, couldn't get it together, didn't really like how it turned out. At this point, all I was using was the week like it's set up right here for my weekly planning. Not enough space. Couldn't get down with it at all. So I'm like, okay, well, let me try something else. So this week, and that's what this is, I decided to I kept this right here, which was the weather, which I love always putting. And then I tried to kind of narrow it down just a bit more and kind of put like a schedule instead of like planning my days in advance for the week, or my days as the week goes on, which is what I did on the week before. And this worked out a lot better. I really thought it turned out pretty, but referring back to it was a bit much. It might have worked better if I didn't like use completely highlighting and just maybe the dots like I do typically with my daily planning. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing the time, if nothing else. I need a time section. The lines are just a tad bit too large, too wide for my taste. When it comes to my grids, they're a bit smaller, and I write within them that way. So that's another reason why it's not really working out that well for me. But again, the paper is nice. It's just too thick as well. So I went ahead and I glued these sheets together, and this was the vertical weekly Hobonichi Cousin like layout that I got from off of Etsy, and I think I'm gonna love this a whole lot more. Excuse, this is a doctor's note or information for an appointment coming up. I'm gonna love this a whole lot more. I already got my washi strip down. I'm gonna put my doll right here in the column and the weather up here, and then I'm gonna do my schedule, and this has the time on it, so I'll be using this as well. And it has it just at the beginning of the week, and on the next page in the very beginning also. So I love that. And then I'll just show you how things progressed with my week on 4 pages, which is what I use for daily planning, and I really love it. Cause I feel like it's like just enough for what I need, and I'm really getting down with it. I'm really getting down with it. So this is kind of what that's been looking like. Yep. And then, so for the next month, just to kind of show you what that's going to be like, we're going to do the Hobonichi style planner for the month setup. And then we're going to be going into the week with the Hobonichi Cousin view. And then we're going to be going into the week on 4 pages, which is how I do my daily planning. I am a somewhat minimalistic planner. I do use some stickers and some washi, but I don't try to overdo it. I want to be able to kind of still focus on my planning. I love being able to make things pretty, but I need it to still have some organization to it for myself. So that is everything that I got in here. And I still have my stickers in the back. But those are the changes that I made. I am a bit annoyed that the planner did not work out with what inserts I needed, but I just needed it to be a tad bit more compact than what that paper was getting for me, and a tad bit more time oriented. And so this is, I think, gonna work well. Things are really busy for me right now, and so I need to be able to have things organized and all in one place for the most part, which is why I have everything kind of in one. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you in the next one. Be blessed. Bye.